Now let's learn the next key financial ratio, the return on equity ratio. The return on equity ratio can be calculated by dividing the net profits of a company by the average shareholders' equity. When I say average shareholders' equity, that means the amount of money the shareholders have invested in a company. Now, often people tend to get confused between ROE ratio and the earlier two ratios that we have studied, which is the earnings per share and the PE ratio. So I'm going to repeat myself here and compare them to the ROE to show you the differences. ROE is, again, I repeat, the net profit divided by the amount of money invested by a shareholder into a company. So the amount of profit made by a company per shareholder equity. The P ratio, on the other hand, is the amount of price spent per rupee of earning made by a company. And the EPS, the earnings per share ratio, is the amount of earnings made per stock or a share outstanding of a company. I hope this is all very clear now, and let's now move on to reading the return of equity and interpreting it to apply it to pick the right stocks. Return on equity ratio shows how efficiently a company has been managing its money that is raised by issuing its shares in the stock market. A higher ratio shows that the funds are being well managed by the company. ROE can then be compared with the peers of a company to check who is managing their funds better. A steady trend in the ROE ratios over a longer period of time indicates that the funds have been managed in the same way and in a good way if the ROE is at a good average range over a period of time. Sometimes the ROE may be low as compared to the peers. Then what you need to understand is that the company might be building its business. Is it reinvesting into its business to build it, to grow it, and hence the company could still be a good bet and the ROE could be low. That's it for now on ROE. In the next chapter, we will learn about dividend yields.